I'm not sure how much sort of public awareness there has been, but the House of Lords over the last 3 or 4 months has been doing enhanced scrutiny of the two Commission communications. So it's been looking at safe harbour. It's taken evidence from practitioners. It's taken evidence from the great and the good of data protection, including Mr Hustings, Mr Nemitz from the Commission and Mr Smith from the ICO. It's reached a conclusion and wrote a letter to Mr Hughes, Simon Hughes, setting out its views. In summary, it says it disagrees with the position of the European Parliament that safe harbour should be suspended, agrees with the Commission efforts to negotiate a strengthened safe harbour, and found that more work needs to be done to increase understanding of safe harbour among the citizens and businesses. Citizens should have more opportunities to complain about breaches of privacy concerning their personal data, and any redress provisions should be free. There should be monitoring of companies' compliance with safe harbour, and it shouldn't be complaints driven. There needs to be a robust system of checks, audits and reports. The Commission and the US authorities should regularly evaluate the implementation of safe harbour, and it would be in the UK's national interest to discuss privacy and security at EU level to ensure that our concerns are understood. It's also recommended that the government ensures privacy policies are intelligible if they're to be of any real use, and that they ensure there's a greater clarity both for citizens and business about safe harbour. It made a number of recommendations to government, but also in part of that made some recommendations to the ICO to look at, and certainly we'll be taking them forward and responding to the committee ourselves in a couple of weeks. One of the things it was particularly focusing on, as was mentioned here, is the knowledge that data subjects have about their rights. And it's certainly something that if you look at our website, we sort of hold our hands up and say there's a lot of information to data controllers about how to make a transfer, but there's very little to data subjects about what happens when their data goes overseas and what rights they would have, not just in relation to safe harbour, but in relation to international transfers generally. So that's something certainly that we want to focus on, and something that we're going to be raising with our colleague DPAs generally.